Okay, so once they said how this girl had betrayed them, I thought to myself, we're either about to have a brawl or a beautiful conversation. Let's go. So I watch 30 Minutes with the Perrys. I just adopted this as one of the shows I watched in the last 6 months. It is stellar. And it's stellar to me because I'm watching two maturing, because we're all maturing, but maturing believers who one used to be gay, who is now married to her husband, Preston. So Jackie Hill Perry, now married to Preston Perry. They've been married for a minute. Amazing family, all the things. But in this episode of 30 Minutes with the Perry, they have a conversation with a friend that betrayed them to the core, to the point of blasting them on social media after she left the faith, left her Christian community, church, all the things. Her name is Caresse Deon. She now has come full circle. And when I say she denied everything, she was like, well, maybe I just haven't been able to live my sexuality out with other women because I've been in this Christian faith. I grew up in it. I got to college, turned into a Christian fanatic. I'm saying this out of order. You just need to go watch the episode. I will absolutely link it. But if you just Google with the Perrys, you're going to find them and they're amazing. Okay. Here's what I want us to get out of this conversation. There were 3 things that stood out to me the most. And these 3 things were a big deal because I think too many times when a friendship ends or a relationship ends, we don't know the way back. And if you are a Christian like I am, you are a believer in Jesus Christ, you have to be able to be open to the fact that restoration or reconciliation may be necessary. Now, the Bible talks about reconciliation, but I'm speaking of it from a point of being reconnected with the person again. So the first thing that stood out to me, which I think is completely necessary if you're going to give anybody another shot, is you got to feel your feelings. The fact that Jackie was able to say, I actually pushed you away. If I can remember her exact words, but she said, I actually pushed you away. There was distance on my part, in addition to the distance you were giving, Caresse, because I was hurt by your actions. The fact that she could acknowledge that, first of all, she was in pain because of what happened, crazy respect for her. Crazy amount of respect for her because she's doing this on camera. They average just on video alone between 25 and 50K viewers within the first week of them dropping a video. It's amazing. So she admits this to the girl sitting right there next to her. You got to do the same thing. You got to be able to feel your feelings. Can you own the fact that you were hurt? Can you own the fact that you were in pain? Can you own the fact that you are angry or resentful or jealous? Can you own it? Second, this thing did not come full circle overnight. They had to really give this thing to God. And too many times, I think we try to rush into forgiveness and rush into reconciliation when it ain't fully baked yet, right? It took years for a recovery relationship to happen because they had to let God have his way. They had to submit the relationship, the connection to God. They had to submit, and frankly, Caresse had a lot of work she had to do, and frankly, a lot of lows she had to go through from the story she shared in order for her to come back to a place where she could even have an eye-to-eye conversation with them again after she had rejected them. So I want to say this to you. Give the whole situation to God. Give the person to God. Give everything. You got to be able to submit it to him. You got to. Third, you got to be okay with the fact that things may never be the same. This is the hardest part. And what I want us to take from this, or what I think we could take from this, is let God create whatever new form your relationship will ever be again. So they may not be able to tell the same type of jokes, go to the same places, pick up where they left off. Their relationship may very well take a completely different form. And they have to be okay with that. Because there was so much that was broken that will need to be healed and repaired, but it will never be forgotten. And so because all of the bad, will never be forgotten. They have to allow it to take its own organic, natural form in whatever the relationship's gonna be now. So anyway, I try to knock out videos in 5 minutes. Hopefully this is 5 minutes. But y'all gotta go watch the episode. It was so good. All right, as you know, I want you to pursue what matters, and I believe God is at the top of that list. If you are into videos about Christ, culture, and even careers, right, our coins, I definitely want you to follow. I'll see you next week in the next one. Bye. So while he living, I gotta go get him now. We looking to build you a better. The flavor is real, got the pepper. I walk what I know, got the letters. We walking the rock.